Listen, we're in the Champions League. We're in the Champions League. Finishing top 3. We're in the Champions League. Where's Liverpool? Not there. Where's Chelsea? Not there. Where's Spurs? Not there. Oh my God! You're not going blood because you did not.
Oh, a story of redemption. A story of redemption for not only Andre Onana, but also for Harry Maguire, certainly as well. European nights at Old Trafford. You just can't beat it. Manchester United 1, FC Copenhagen 0. And Manchester United are we're still just about still in the Champions League. My goodness me. A nail biter, a hair raiser, magic moments, and we got there, certainly in the end. Again, just about certainly we got there. Oh my goodness me. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner from the offset, because I'm sure everyone's going to want to get involved here on the full-time view this evening. Reminder, if you are a member, you can call in. All you have to do is obviously join the UV membership. Links in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat. Go to the YouTube page. Go to the community tab. You can find the link right there. Now, whilst everyone files in and whilst everyone settles and kind of regathers their voice, I guess, and tries to mediate their emotions after that one, my goodness me, let's try and paint a picture. Let's try and paint a picture of what happened in that game. I think realistically, you would say first half, let's not even talk about the first half. The first half was absolutely shocking. The first half was one of the worst games of football I have seen in a really long time. It was beyond poor and really concerning. Second half, Erik ten Hag makes a substitute. He brings on, at halftime, he brings on Christian Eriksen for Sofian Amrabat. Made a difference. This is where Christian Eriksen, I said it this morning, can have an influence on games because he can be the pass before the pass. He can be a playmaker. He can get ticking over. And we eventually knocked on the door about 10,000 times, it felt like, chances for a myriad of players. Finally, it's none other than Harry Maguire who gets the goal for Manchester United. And you know what? A credit to him. I said it after the weekend. Well, I said it as far back as the Brentford game. Credit to him. He got an assist that day. He played well. He got man of the match at the weekend, again, in a poor game. But he played well. And tonight, again, defensively, first half he struggled a little bit. But realistically, how often have we said this? When it comes to Harry Maguire, don't do the talking through the media. Don't say these things. Let your performances speak for themselves. And a credit to him, because in the last few games, that's exactly what's happened with him. He's let his performances speak for himself. And when it's mattered, he stepped up. So again, a credit to him, certainly. We should have had way more goals than that guy. And that show over heavy touch, Rashford heavy touch. We had McTominay skied one over the bar too. We had plenty of chances. We had plenty of chances to really put that game to bed. We should have put that game to bed. And then what happens at the end? A soft penalty, which for me is not a penalty. I think to give a penalty in those circumstances for what they called a high foot after VAR looking at it, I thought that was incredibly harsh. But I said at the top of the show, it's a story of redemption. And Andre Onana absolutely gets that as well. Of course, he's had a terrible start, a really difficult start to time at Manchester United. But it's about moments. Manchester United players in particular, Manchester United goalkeepers, they are judged in the big moments. And a credit to him because the big moment came and he bailed his team right out of it with not only just a save. You can't even say it's a poor penalty. It's a brilliant save from Andre Onana as well. And he made a couple of big saves in the match. That's what we're looking for. We're not always looking for last-minute saves, it must be said as well. We're looking for moments. We're looking for composure. We're looking for brass balls. And that's what Andre Onana delivered this evening with that big save. And the same with Harry Maguire as well. Referee was a disgrace. He only played like 44 minutes in the first half, AFCON settings, and then gives that last second penalty. Felt like maybe he didn't want Man United to win. But we got there certainly in the end. So be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right-hand corner. I've gone through my recap as quickly as possible so we can get to all of your calls this evening. We are going to be live for the hour. Let's go to outside Old Trafford. Amanor, you're awake, you're alive, you're conscious. What are your thoughts? What's the atmosphere like?
Oh, Owen, can you hear me first of all, loud and clear? Just let me know if you can't.
I can hear you loud and clear, yes.
No, I've lost my voice, Owen, but I have to be honest, it was quite a surreal atmosphere. Genuinely, the first half, it was turgid. We were so boring, especially we didn't control the midfield. And then Amrabat, who I thought played well first half, for him to be substituted in the second half, that was so bizarre. When I thought it should be McTominay or Bruno, but Amrabat was substituted, and then so that's the first thing that sort of irritated me. Second half came, we played a little bit better, but then we weren't fluent, to be honest. We're still not fluent. Bruno was still frustrating me. Rashford was still nonchalant in terms of the way he was playing. And then Eriksen, I have to be honest, I have to give respect to Eriksen. We so disrespect Eriksen so much just because he hasn't got the legs. But when he does come on for 45 minutes, he makes such an impact on the game, Eriksen. So he comes on, sets up for Maguire. Maguire, fantastic. I thought he played well. I thought the whole defence played reasonably well. And then the last minute penalty decision, the people sitting next to me, standing next to me, they left. They didn't even see that the penalty was given. Gosh. The penalty was given. We don't understand why. It was I was sat at the end where it was given, and he saved it. And like you said, it's a redemption. So I am so glad. Yeah, if they scored, I think that would have been us out of the Champions League. But I'm glad they didn't score.
Yeah, and look, let's be honest. Look, I know we haven't played well this season. I know we've had poor performances, but also we've had stuff that haven't gone our way this season. And you felt like that was going to be happening again. It was going to be things that didn't go our way, and it still didn't go our way. But we managed to get ourselves out of it with the Onana penalty save and the Maguire goal as well. Do you think it's a turning point for not only them but also the team too?
Nice to meet you, lads.
Possibly, but it might be a false dawn again. The only thing I'd say is, if we play like that against City, we are going to get thumped. Because honestly, it's not a sort of it wasn't a performance that filled you with confidence for the Derby game, but we got the job done. Let's just see. The positive is for me is that when we scored the goal, we didn't panic. Usually, the opposition scores within like 5 to 10 minutes. They didn't do that, so that was really positive. So yeah. Let's just see what happens in the weekend, but one step at a time.
Yes, indeed, one step at a time. Finally, do you have any concern about the fact that, I mentioned at the beginning of the show that realistically we could have had like 3 or 4 goals. Garnacho has opportunities, Rashford had opportunities as well. Is that a concern for you at all too?
Okay. It is a little bit because our front line are not scoring. But yeah. I don't know what they do in training. That's the thing. You think they'd be sort of practicing triangles and like build-up play in training, but it doesn't seem to be the case when it comes to match day. I just don't see that build-up play at all. Dalot, to be fair, did make some good crosses. Anthony was decent. Rashford was just nonchalant. But yeah, Owen, if we play like that against City on Sunday, it will be a high-scoring game for City. Definitely.
But finally, then, before we go to another call, what is your prediction for City? Is that the springboard?
It's a springboard, but I'm not going to give a prediction yet, Owen.
That's what you can do, Avenor. You can sleep on it. Oh, he set me up perfectly for it as well. If you can't laugh, then what can you do? Look at Avenor shaking his head.
Okay, I want to bring on it.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, tremendous. Big up, Avenor. Long-time supporter, long-time member, calling outside Old Trafford as well. Oh, and it set me up perfectly for it too. Brilliant. Where are we at? Let's have a look at the at the chat at the moment. Starlord says, Rashford decision-making is a serious problem. And to be fair, half our players as well, but Rashford tops the lots. Yes, heavy touch certainly for Marcus Rashford as well. All Elite says it was $1 million. I tell you what, how proper was Ted DiBiase settings, wasn't it? Big up, Avenor. The thing is as well, that's never gonna go away, ever, is it? Certainly. Let's go to another call. Let's go to Show Ramen. Show, what do you make of that? I mean, drama. The players that have been criticised this season and over a long period of time, McGuire, Onana, the difference for United. What do you make of it all?
I mean, but the big thing is we've got the 3 points still in the Champions League. Similar kind of performance to Saturday, though, if we're being honest. I didn't really see much improvement over the whole game. I mean, I was just thinking of the run of games we've had recently. We had Palace, Brentford, Sheffield United, and Copenhagen, which on paper you'd say, wow, what a run of games to get back into form. And yet we've kind of come out of it thinking, I don't know, more questions than answers. So yeah, it's I mean, look, it's a great moment for Onana. I really hope that kind of springboards his United career. I feel like he needed that. And first of all, he needed a clean sheet because we haven't had one in a long time.
Yeah.
And for him to get a penalty save and a clean sheet, kind of be the hero, that's big for him. Especially considering who we're playing next. He's going to need to be on his top form. But yeah, in terms of the performance, I don't know. I mean, the first half again, like you said in your recap, was awful. The first half, especially the first 10. Didn't they have 5 corners in the first 10 minutes? I mean, that was outrageous.
Yeah, that first 15 minutes, they just completely bopped
It was
us off the park.
bombardment. I've never seen anything like it.
I don't know if we touched the ball, and then
Yeah.
it was almost like with just the entirety of the first half. I mean, the referee didn't play full 45 minutes. Maybe he just couldn't be bothered. He just went, "This is terrible. I'm doing you all a favor and bringing it to a close." But is that your concern then? You know, when you take the emotion out of it, and obviously, look, you know, a late goal from McGuire and obviously last gasp penalty save from Andre Onana. Is it a bit like what Aminor was saying when you do take the emotion out of it, there is still concern in the sense of we're playing City at the weekend and we cannot play like that against Manchester City. Otherwise, it's going to be ugly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even we can't play like that today specifically. We can't play like we have all season against City. It's not even today. So that's the thing. Obviously, we know. Let's be honest. For us to beat City on Sunday, we're going to have to raise our level and City have to drop theirs. Even though I've watched City a lot this season and they've, weirdly enough, City haven't been that great, but obviously they're just a much better team than us. They don't have to be great to beat us the way we're playing because we've not been great either. So even though they've dropped their level, so have we. Unfortunately, it's kind of even levels it out. But yeah, I mean, for that game specifically, yeah, it's just one of them ones where it's kind of just let's see what happens. I mean, I was saying to my mate earlier, like, it's not a good thing I'm saying this, but like this season so far gives me it's so reminiscent of Ollie's sacking season. If you get what I mean.
Last minute.
Yeah, the last minute comebacks against teams that we should have been comfortable against. I remember that so much from that season where we were playing these teams where people expected us to roll over and we were kind of getting results, but the performances were awful. And I remember we were saying then exactly what we were saying now, where we're like, performances have to improve. If we play a really good team, they're going to punish us. And on Sunday, we're playing the best team in the world right now. Let's be real. And I remember back then, obviously, we played Liverpool and what happened. Obviously, I'm not hoping that happens this Sunday, but it could easily happen this Sunday as well. I think we know that by the way we're playing. So, I don't know, hopefully we take warning of that and kind of fix up on Sunday. Because, we definitely... One thing for sure is we can't start the game on Sunday like we did today. Otherwise, City will score. City score in that first 10 minutes. But because it's Copenhagen, they didn't. Because it's Sheffield United on Saturday, we went in 1-1 and not behind. Because it was Brentford, they gave us that chance to come from behind. But for me, Sunday, the only chance we got winning the game is we have to score the first goal. That's what I think. Because I just think that if City score first on Sunday, they're going to have us kind of... We don't have the... Number one, we don't have the defensive players first choice in right now for us to be able to chase a game. And obviously the midfield isn't functioning properly either. And unfortunately today was another game without us goal from a forward. I'm kind of hoping at one point one of our forwards scores a bloody goal.
And that's the frustrating thing too, isn't it? Is that in the second half, definitely, because in the first half we created next to nothing. But in the second half, there were counter-attacks there. You know, Bruno, who I didn't think was great again by any stretch of the imagination this evening, but he puts through Garnacho with a decent pass. Rashford was through on goal again from a counter-attack. So if we can just enhance that against City, and I agree with you, obviously, I think scoring the first goal, but also I think just stay in the game. Stay in the game to like 60, 65 minutes, then maybe you can start to sort of nick them on the counter-attack and all that kind of stuff. But I do agree with what you said. I remember casting my mind back to that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer season. I remember doing these match views and stuff like that afterwards going, it's not sustainable. Like this kind of stuff is not sustainable. It will catch up with you eventually. And I totally agree. But the only hope we can have, right, is that it is some kind of... it is momentum. It's 3 wins in a row. Granted, they are 3 very ugly wins in the in the manner that we've got their 3 wins. What do you think about Harry Maguire? Obviously, he gets the winning goal so far.
Yeah.
I mean, recent performances, man of the match, can't really argue against that. Is this what we just wanted from him? You know, just do performances, put performances in.
Yeah, I mean, the recent games have suited him because we've been on the back foot. And I think that's where he excels, because he can kind of stay in his box. He's one thing about Maguire is that he is good in the air, and he look, he deserved his goal today. He's been good recently. Let's be real, I'm not a fan of Maguire, as aren't many United fans, but he has been probably our best defender in the past month, if we're being real. And I was even before today's game saying that, look, obviously Varane was going to start today, and if I was going to choose someone to partner him, I would have chosen Maguire over Lindelof, because I think Lindelof's been quite poor this season. Obviously, not really at left back, so I'm not going to criticize Lindelof at left back, but even when Lindelof plays centre back, I think Maguire's played better in that position, and I think he proved it again today. I thought he was, again, pretty solid game, and yeah, him scoring is obviously ridiculous bonus, because we don't see that at all. So yeah, I mean, Maguire, that's the defense we saw start today is what's going to start on Sunday. So there's no returns from defensive injuries. So I mean, he's going to have to produce what he produced today. I thought Varane was okay as well. I thought the fullbacks were again okay at best. Not much from an attacking output from them. But the thing is, Sundays, you mentioned counter-attack earlier. Sunday's going to be a counter-attacking game. I mean, at best, we're going to have 25-30% possession. I really don't think we're going to have the ball that much.
Something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
35
so
at a push.
Yeah, so weirdly, maybe it might suit us. I don't know. Just because Rashford might have. I mean, we know Rashford's going to start. I think the team that started today, maybe, I don't know if Casemiro's fit. Maybe Casemiro comes in from McTominay. That's going to be the only change, isn't it? Because I think Anthony's going to start again on the right, unless he puts Mount on the right. I don't know.
Yeah. And that's the interesting thing, isn't it? Is when you look at that starting 11, granted, not necessarily the injuries or anything like that we know aren't coming back anytime soon. But when that team news came out, I did look at it and sort of go, realistically, what's going to change in terms of at the weekend or anything like that, in the more immediate future? And as you mentioned, you go, well, maybe Casemiro comes in, Mason Mount's probably sitting on the bench going, actually, how do I fit in? And it's funny that he might be thinking that, because we as fans, when we signed him, go, how is Mason Mount going to fit in here? And it almost looks like even Ten Hag's maybe I'm not really sure how I'm going to get him into the team.
This is exactly the thing now, with people are going to start asking questions of Ten Hag if Mason Mount keeps starting on the bench, because obviously we spent big money on him, and we forget he's the number 7. We gave him the number 7 shirt, and I already think that Ten Hag is kind of given up on the Mount Bruno thing, which if he has, then he's basically admitting I've made a mistake here, which is obviously a massive mistake in the long term, because I mean Mount signed a 5-year contract, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah, I think
so.
So
I mean, unless there's something, maybe if you're going on a wild extreme, has he signed Mount to be a long-term replacement for Bruno? I don't know if you can throw that in there. Again, Bruno was pretty much anonymous again today, if we're being honest. I didn't really see him in the game, so that could be the only thing. But me personally, I would start Mount on the right on Sunday, just because I thought Anthony again today, what did he offer really? And I think you need more legs in there. Mount
flashes with Anthony. Yeah. I mean, first half he had a bit of a nice link up, I think, with Højlund, that they had a nice opportunity. But apart from that, really, it's kind of, again, it's moments. The only thing is that he will start on Sunday because Ten Hag trusts him. He trusts him to do the defensive work. So I wouldn't be shocked, put it that way. I'd be more surprised if he didn't start, put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're probably right. I mean, we know Anthony's one of Ten Hag's really top 1 or 2 or 3 players, but personally, I'll start Mount on the right, just because I think if you want someone to help you hold the ball better when you have the ball, I'd rather have him, and then he can kind of come into the midfield, maybe give us more numbers in the middle to counter City. I think that might help. But yeah, in terms of today's performance, yeah, like again, we got the 3 points. I think the game away to Copenhagen, given what we saw today, is going to be bloody tough.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess we just have to look forward to City on the weekend. I don't know if any players are back. I heard Kobe might be on the bench, but
Yeah.
Casemiro might be back. That's probably it in terms of returns. So it's not a lot coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not. Like I said, I hope you don't ask me for a prediction on Sunday because
that was going to be the final question, Raman. What's the prediction?
I can't say it, otherwise the comments are going to come at me.
Well, then we'll leave that one there with Show Raman then. We're trying to... Yeah. we knew that where that one was going. We knew where that one was going. Yeah, maybe we cut that one there. I don't think it was going to be particularly sort of winish. I'm not sure we were going in that direction. Yeah. Let's move on. Let's go to Lil Yo-Yo. Lil Yo-Yo, Reckless Delegate assembled. What are your thoughts on that? Late drama at Old Trafford.
The spirit of Bobby Charlton, Sir Bobby Charlton, apologies, was on us today. Yes. Let us rejoice in the celebration of our Black African goalkeeper, Andre Onana, for that sensational save at the very end of the game.
I tell you what, as well, it's not just the fact that it's a penalty save; it's the fact that it's a good penalty save as well.
Very good penalty save. I'm ready to rob a bank. Let's go, Owen.
I don't recommend it. I don't recommend the bank robbery.
I'm joking.
I mean, so we've got to be responsible. There are kids watching. Maybe the last thing we need is, a spree of bank robberies, and the motive is Lil Yo-Yo. You don't need Lil Yo-Yo motive. That kind of bank robbery. So if you are watching, if you're on the fence about it, if you were thinking maybe I should rob a bank, Lil Yo-Yo's gone, let's rob a bank. Don't do it. Don't.
I agree. The energy that I got from that has allowed me to think I could rob a bank, but I'm not going to do it.
Exactly. You could. It's a possibility. If you wanted to, you could, but it's not the right thing to do, certainly. I tell you what, is this a turning point for Andre Onana then? Do you think this is what he needed? Did he need this kind of moment to kind of...
Absolutely. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, man. This was a key moment that he needed to get himself back on track and to show why he has been signed by Erik ten Hag.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, man.
What about then Harry Maguire? Because it's a story of redemption. Have we seen not only the redemption of Andre, but we also seen the redemption of Harry this evening too?
First of all, I'd like to make an apology to Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire, I apologize for snaking you, for saying that you're dead. You've proven in the last couple of games that you can step up when needed.
Yes. Oh, that's very big of you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Listen, I'm a humble man. I'm all about acknowledgement of my wrongdoings and of my transgressions. So I have to admit, I have to apologize to Harry Maguire. You have done what you needed to do. You don't need to talk. You don't need to talk about your win percent record or whatever. Perform. That's all we want. Perform.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can't believe I've just said Harry very mature of you when you just said about robbing a bank 30 seconds before. I'm very mature of you. Well done. You said you were sorry to Harry Maguire. Does this then give us some momentum heading into Sunday? Has it? I tell you what, this is the question. Has it made you less or more confident heading into the game against Manchester City?
Listen, if the spirit of Sir Bobby Charlton was on us today, why can't it be there on the weekend?
So what are you saying?
What? We can win. Why not?
Better. What is your...
We can win. We can win it very, very hard. It'll be a tough fight. Let's go 2-1. Why not?
2-1? Is that us going 1-0 down? Or is that us going 2-0 up? Is that going to 1-1? Are we scoring then conceding immediately and then getting a late winner?
You know what? It might be a repeat of what happened last season at Old Trafford.
Okay, I'd take that. We played well that day.
Exactly. I don't think we'll play well, but the spirit of Sir Bobby Charlton will be on our team, and we can believe. Even though it looks stinky right now, we can believe, guys. We can beat Man City.
Yeah, we can beat Man City. I agree with you, Lil Yo. We can. Depends what City shows up. Let's be honest. If their best version shows up, we're in trouble. If we play, to be honest, even as half as bad as we played tonight, we'll be in massive trouble. That first half was not good at all.
It was stinky. It was absolutely stinky. But shout out to the manager. He made the right changes. He brought on Christian Eriksen at halftime. Christian Eriksen changed that game for us.
Would you start him at the weekend, or is that his best role now moving forward? That sort of, okay, second half, you've got to bring on Eriksen on for some creativity.
Absolutely, he has to come on the second half. We need to have options off the bench. I think Eriksen, since he's been coming off the bench, has been a lot more effective for our team than when he used to start every single game, get tired after 60 minutes.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, you know what, we forget with Eriksen as well, don't we? Because let's face it, this time last season, beginning of last season, he was one of our best players. I remember when we played like Arsenal at Old Trafford and Liverpool at Old Trafford.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
coming out going, he was unbelievable. We kind of forget actually his qualities. We've kind of written off because maybe his legs are gone, can't play 90 minutes. That's fine. But we saw today when he's on the pitch, and I've said this for a long time now, he is still our best technical midfielder. Nobody is a better technical midfielder at our club at the moment than Christian Eriksen. And
100%.
Yeah,
absolutely, Owen. He made such a big difference. He was able to spray the ball about more. He actually gave us a lot more control on the game. Copenhagen were coming a lot more forward, and we were getting a lot more spaces around the back. Garnacho and Rashford should have done better with their chances, but it is what it is. The most important thing is they're getting in the right positions. The only thing is it will eventually hit when they both will start scoring. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. Big up Lil Yo for calling in as always.
Big up.
He says, Spirit of Sir Bobby, a reckless
Spirit
delegate.
of Sir Bobby, yes! Come on, guys! Come on, optimism, victory! We're going to go through in this group, guys. Let's believe, guys. Come on.
What more needs to be said? With that, I might as well finish the stream after that one. Wow. I mean, what? I can't hear. I think I've gone deaf from the screaming in the ears from Lil Yo-Yo. But that's the kind of energy we're bringing this evening. That's the kind of mentality we're bringing. So there you go. How many likes are we currently on at the moment? Let's have a look. We're currently at 141 likes. There is over 624 people watching. So if you haven't already, click the like button. I tell you what, I got a very angry comment earlier on after the morning show saying, basically, don't you dare tell me to click the like button. I'll do it if I want to. I'm sorry I offended you. I mean, very, very, very angry. Very angry about that. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I wondered what they must go through everyday life like. Can you imagine? Can you do me a favor, mate? Can you turn that light off? I'll turn the light off if I want to do it. Not if you want to do it, but if I want to do it. Okay? Click the like button. I'm going to write an angry comment. I couldn't believe it. Wow. I tell you what, let's go to Charles next. Now, Charles has had quite a back and forth with StreamYard in his appearances. Sometimes he's been muted. Sometimes he's been, sometimes he's been actually just taken off the platform. And it's not been me. It's been StreamYard. So let's have a look. Let's have a look and see if this works out. Charles, what are your thoughts?
Yo, well, nothing I haven't said all season. By the way, I feel like we need to work more on my intro. The whole StreamYard thing, I don't know. It seems like they've come around,
I try and do a big talk before we go in. I say your history. I think it's important to recap. Like previously on X-Men, I've gone previously on the Full-Time View. This is what happened with Charles, and here you are.
Yeah, I just feel like we need a better entrance. You know what I'm saying? Like you're a WWE guy. You know how the entrance really is important. Like we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Okay. Well, you can send me some. You can send me something. I'll get a microphone. Maybe we'll get one that falls down from the ceiling like this.
Bro,
I'll go
Charles Kennedy. That's what we're talking about.
That's what I was going to do. I was going to go Charles and then pause. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Charles.
There we go. Exactly. That's how it needs to begin. But more on that later. Right now, I didn't see anything different from what I've seen all season. Big up to Harry Maguire, though. I like his performances. I hope he continues so we can sell him in the summer. Very, very key. Right now, I'm thinking we can get maybe 50. If he keeps scoring, keeps the performances, 55. I don't really know what else to say. The game today was just... Yeah, still undecided. One good game doesn't really take away from the previous ones I've seen. I'm happy for the penalty he saved, but I'm just gonna leave it there for now. I'm not gonna say anything on
Why can't
Onana.
you say anything? Why can't you say anything? I mean, he scored. He won us the game. Look, the sirens are calling for you, Charles, because it's criminal what you've just said about Onana.
Which is more criminal? I've seen 5 games of him being poor, and I've seen one game where he saved us at the end.
But what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? That's in the past. All you can do is focus on the present and the future, you know? And that's by making good saves tonight. It's not only just a penalty that he saved too. He made big saves during the match as well. First half, he made a good save. Second half, he made a good save as well. I mean, that's all he can do, right?
Yeah,
But
like
step up, he did it.
Don't get me wrong. He had a good game. Like, he had a good game, but that's just where I am right now. I need to see more. Like, give me 2-3 games of doing the same thing.
Last minute penalties.
No, not last minute penalties. Just decent performances, not getting chipped from the middle of the pitch. Just be solid. Let me feel confident when people are bearing down on goal, like I was with David. We already know he has the kicking down. I just need to see more in terms of saving. But for now, good, decent game. I am happy. I didn't even see the penalty. Like, I just got a notification on my phone. I thought the match was over. 90 + 5 penalty, and I'm like,
wait, Charles. So you did the virtual equivalent of leaving the match early.
oh yes, that does. Yeah, I had to catch the bus, and it was like the 90th minute, 90 + 1. I just entered the bus, looked at my phone, penalty.
Oh.
Like, Christ. You could not believe. I didn't even until I got home, I didn't know he saved the penalty.
Oh.
I just couldn't. I couldn't do it right now. I just couldn't. But that's just by the way, That's just by the way. Looking on to City,
Yes, moving on to City.
I feel like we're gonna win though.
I wasn't expecting that. That's a left turn. I thought you were gonna go into saying, look, if we play like that, it's gonna be disaster. We're gonna win.
Nah. I feel like we can win though. Like, somebody said this is just like Oli. I feel like it is. And Oli always managed to pull off a win against City.
Yeah. He
always managed it. And against City, 30% possession, counter-attacking football, that is us. That's our style. If we play the game right, we can win. I was gonna say we'll win like 3-0, but then that was just me getting carried away. That was just exactly. Yep. I was getting carried away. I think we're gonna win 2-1.
Okay. 3-0. I think all of this is a curveball. I wasn't expecting the win. I wasn't expecting 3-0 into 2-1. I mean, wow. Why? Just because we're going to play counter-attack and that's going to beat City? That's the logic.
Literally, counter-attack football. That's all we're going to do. We're going to kick and rush.
What about Harry Maguire? Do you think he'll start after his performance this evening?
I don't think anyone else is going to start. He's the informed defender, so he has to start. Maybe at fullback, Lindelof might come in. Maybe.
Fullback against Man City.
Yeah, fullback. I'm thinking more for defensive stability than going forward.
I don't know. You really? I mean, look, they got some tricky wingers, Charles.
Who do they have? Doku and Foden?
Doku and Foden might be Grealish.
Aldo's getting roasted, though.
But you don't want to have centre back at fullback.
Bro, see, I don't even know. We don't have the players to go with City. All we can do is frustrate and steal it. We have to get back into our thieving bag. You know what we did to Brentford and rest? We have to rob City. Wolves did it. We can do it too. Sit back, counter, pace. Yes. Højlund, Rashford, those two, they have to come through for us. And I don't even like Rashford, but I need him in this game. He has the pace, he has the power. I just need him to be a prick and score. That's all I need. Just be a prick. Let all your fans come out on Twitter. Rashford is back. Just win us the game. That's all. Bruno, You can lose the ball 70 times. I just need you to get 2 assists or even 1. Just help us win. I will allow anything that game. Anything. I just want us to win. That's all. That's where I'm at. I don't care about the football. Just get me 3 points.
Just get 3 points. That's it.
And bragging rights.
Well, big up, Charles. Look at that. I think that's a solid Charles call there. You know, no technical glitches, no technical issues. We'll work on the intro. We'll get there. Yeah. I wasn't expecting him to say that we were going to win. I really didn't think that one was going to. That stunned me a little bit. I'm at a loss for words. There you go from Charles. We are 7 likes away from 200 likes. So if you haven't already, click the like button. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Click the notification bell as well. Then you'll be notified once a new video goes up or we go live. For instance, I'll be live tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. For Match Day Reloaded, breaking down, obviously, all the manager quotes, some player quotes, some clips from the fan views and the match views. I mean, I tell you what, it's an all-timer in terms of the match view today. When Harry Maguire scored, now I'm not too certain what happened here, but when Harry Maguire scored, somehow KG ended up on the floor, face down. Now, we're going to have to go back and look at the footage as to how that actually happened, but he was on the floor, face down, and he moved a lot of the set around. So that's, we're going to have to go back and watch it. If you haven't already, go and check that out. Let's go to another call. Let's go to Jamai. Jamai, what are your thoughts on that one? You're muted, Jamai. You're muted.
Wagwan Owen. There we go.
Yes, there you go. We can hear you.
I've been following you guys since a long time. See? And
I appreciate it. First time calling in, right?
Yeah, first time calling in. I always been watching, pay attention to everything. I wake up at 4 a.m. to actually watch you guys from Silver Spring, Maryland. So
4 a.m.
Yeah, man. Because I'm a teacher, so I got to go to school early. So I wake up early. So having said that, bless up, respect to you guys. I think I'm a much older guy, so I've been fortunate to see Manchester United grow up in that period of doing nothing but the best. My father, let me watch those games. That's why I'm a Manchester United fan. But at the same time, when I call my father and I ask him questions about ETH, he's like, ETH out. But a lot of times, he's been getting it wrong. So I've been noticing the old school is not really understanding what the new school is trying to do.
Right. Yes.
Also, I have a list here of some things I want.
Go ahead. I like people are prepared.
Let me cook.
Yes, I will let you.
So last season, we did well. Unexpected accomplishments. Before that, weren't we trying to figure out our style of play?
Mm-hmm.
Were we trying to figure out what are we doing why are we first half in FC or second half FC?
Yes.
So my thing is this. I understand a lot of the fans are younger and they want, now, but we have to look at ETH and understand what he's doing and the bigger picture of things. He probably knows things we don't know. For instance, I was also questioning the sub of Amrabat, right? Yeah. But I'm like, you know what? Like KG said, I trust the manager. I'm going down with the ship, unfortunately. I trust the manager. So I'm like, okay, let's see what he does. All right. He pulled a result, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And also, I think Eriksen got man of the match, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Maguire. Everybody knows how we feel about Maguire. Not going to disrespect him. The man did his job. He did his job.
Yeah.
He did his job.
Did his job.
He did his job.
I can't even do the hours. Do your job.
He did his job. He did his job.
Yeah.
So I have to give kudos to him for bringing back his confidence, but the script couldn't have been read better. Onana and Maguire were the first 2 people we were looking at. If this failed, we were going to say it's over. It's done. Blame these 2. Mm-hmm. What happens? Why is
redemption?
Redemption song, like I was saying. Bob Marley, they robbed us of goals. Now it's a turning point. So I just want to give you guys full props. I like the way you guys have always commentated on everything what we're trying to do and we're doing. And At the end of the day, please go off on the tangents. I like the coffee.
Yes.
I like that. Like, please.
Yes.
Please do.
Yes.
Because sometimes,
Thank you.
if things are going bad, let's talk about coffee. Let's talk about
let's talk about life. We're human beings.
You know what I'm
we're
saying?
human beings. Yes, the tangent views. That's what we love. We love the tangent views.
Oh, also, we might have to have a sin bin view.
Oh, yes.
Just invite the ups.
Yeah, invite the wow. That's true.
You and KG.
Yeah,
you and KG are similar. You guys hold receipts. Invite the ups.
Yeah, that's true. KG's better with the ops than I am. KG's better. KG's more ruthless with the sin bin too. KG,
yeah, but you have the receipts. So
yes,
you know?
that's true. That's
and
true.
I'm watching the KO show. Bless up. You know, I'm from Jamaica. If you can't tell.
Yes, I noticed.
yeah. You don't know, Owen. So
yes, I noticed.
I'm just like, you know, good win today. We needed that. There's a lot of work to be done. But at the same time, I think we're moving in a good direction. We can't be so emotional, reactive in terms of, hey, as soon as we lose a game, like we needed to win this game. So going into City, I feel like we have the confidence of like, yo, let's just move to them and see what happens. We did it last year, didn't we?
We did indeed. So what's your prediction for City then? Obviously, you said, why can't we do it? Do you have a prediction? Do you have a scoreline in mind?
I do have a prediction. It's either going to be a scrappy 1-0 or it's going to be a 2-1.
2-1. I tell you what, a lot of people liking the 2-1, and I like it too, actually. I feel like, look, there's going to be pressure on us. We can't play as badly as we did in moments tonight, but
the vibes have been built.
Yeah, exactly. What's that? That's 3 wins in a row in all competitions. Why not?
Remember, if Onana did not make that save, it was over.
Exactly.
We'd have been seeing Tom Heaton. It would have been coming for ETH's head. Just trust the process. If Arteta and Pep got time to do it, if even Fergie got 4 years to do it. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Trust the process. Big up, Jabbai. Brilliant call. First time call in. Enjoyed that call. That was excellent. So if that's not worth a like, I don't know what is. There you go. What are people saying in the chat here? Steffi Jenks says coffee talk's always appreciated. Sometimes in the morning. Sometimes the tangents are the tangents. Yeah, that's what makes UV. Let's go to another call. Let's go to Joe Blackman. Joe Blackman, I saw you in the chat saying you're not going to apologize to Harry Maguire. You refuse. Care to explain?
You're damn right. You're goddamn right. I ain't apologizing to Maguire. And you ruined my intro. I was going to sing the Onana song.
Hey, let's do it again. Take two. We're going to go to the next caller. Let's go to Joe Blackman. Joe.
Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na na na. Hello.
I thought it was going on for a bit longer, but that's fine.
Nah. You know what? Because they don't deserve it. You know what? I'm so happy for them too, because they're the only 2 people I'm going to talk about today. Yeah, Onana and Maguire. Yeah, these 2 guys, I'm happy for them. I am actually happy for them. Doesn't mean I'm going to apologize for nothing. Yeah. The things I said were justified at the time, yeah? But I am so glad that he's only just now looking like the player that we thought he would have been when we bought him, yeah? So what am I apologizing for? It's been how many years?
Well,
Jesus.
4
years. 4 years till we could see Harry Maguire play like he was playing at Leicester, for God's sake. Jesus. Do you know what I mean? It's only now we're seeing the Maguire that we should have been seeing. But you know what? I think there were things surrounding it, like the armband. Honestly, I feel like now he ain't got the armband. He can just play. Yeah, he ain't got to worry about other people. Honestly.
The pressure of being the captain. Because look at Bruno.
Yes. Yeah, but exactly. And look how he's crumbling underneath the pressure. Yeah, sometimes I think you just need to let players play. You know what? Natural leaders will lead, innit? Yeah. Natural leaders will lead. They will come to the forefront. Yeah, they will tell people what to do. Move there. You can see it on the pitch. If you've ever played on a team before, you know who your leaders are because they tell you what you're doing. Yeah. So, do you know what? All I'm gonna say is, well done, Maguire. Yeah, well done, Onana. I want to applaud you, man, so much. I couldn't believe it. My mind, because I'm the original cool Mr. DDG. Yeah, I'm there, got him on standby. Right now, I kind of like slightly hung the phone up on him and said, "You will wait till next time, fam. Like next time."
I was gonna say, because I remember a couple of these full-time views you've called in, and I've said, "What about Onana?" And you've gone, "So I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get. I don't want to say anything. Well, you know, actually, I don't want to be negative. And then 5 seconds later, you went, "Damn, I was negative about Onana." Damn.
I try, but you know, your feelings come to the forefront.
You can turn it around tonight. Let's be positive about Onana.
Hey, I love. Listen, I only want him to do well. Yeah, it's not like we have another keeper, bro. I know we have a backup keeper, a number 2, and all that, but it's not like we have another choice. Yeah. Really and truly, I want it to work out. Yeah, I do want it to work out. This is what we brought him for. My God, he saved the penalty. David De Gea doesn't even save penalties. This guy saved the penalty. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, listen, we're doing well.
Have you flip-flopped on David De Gea then as well? I mean, you're saying.
Oh no. You see, the thing is, you know, like when you got a girl like that, you got a late night booty call, yeah, and they call you, but then something else comes up, and they're like, okay, well,
speak for yourself, Joe Blackman. Speak for yourself.
Well, I'm speaking for myself then, man. When the next thing calls up, you're like, well, this one's got to get hung up on then, innit? So David De Gea's on standby right now, bro. I'm saying, David De Gea's on standby. He can just wait there, innit? Yeah. But on a real note, though, honestly, it wasn't a great performance, but them two, I like seeing them get their confidence. It's not like I want my team to be rubbish. I want my team to be as good as possible. I want strength in depth. I want the next person to come off the bench to also be confident. Yeah. I wish Garnacho scored that goal today. You know, I want these guys to get their confidence up. Like that was.
Does that worry you? Like once again, we've won a game, but the attackers, they still haven't scored goals.
It's very worrying. It's very worrying because I feel like they can't get any cohesion between the front three. I mean, even the fact that Scott McTominay chose to pass to Garnacho instead of Rashford, I was like, I don't know if that was the right choice. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it feels like, I get that we're all trying to spread the love around, whatever, but, you know, keep your head up. I mean, Rashford was the best choice then. You know, he'd more likely bury that than Garnacho. Don't know if he's trying to do favors or whatever, but we're at that stage in the game. Put it to the man that you know is going to bury it, innit? Come on. But look, I think the team still needs some cohesion. Honestly, they still need to get what's the word? They need to gel properly because I feel like the injuries have done us in terms of getting that rhythm going. Do you know what I mean? So well done, boys. And you know what, Man City, bring it.
That's what I was going to go to next. Thoughts about the game at the weekend. Prediction for the game at the weekend.
I think I'm gonna play it safe and say a 1-0. I think that we will try and keep another clean sheet. I think we could keep a clean sheet, you know. What? I know Man City score. We're gonna keep a clean sheet, people. We're gonna keep a clean sheet, 1-0 win, sneak it, win it, run away with it. I don't care what you're gonna say, but we're winning that match. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. That's what I'm going to say. I like it. I like the positivity. I think we've had quite a few people now come on and say the same thing. It's not going to be easy. We're not going to run away with it. We can't play like we did tonight. Otherwise, we'll be 5-0 down by the time it gets to halftime. So that can't happen. Like that just cannot happen. But I tell you what, I agree with you, Joe Blackman. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And the thing is, our defense is getting more and more confident with people like McGuire actually doing well and Onana. If you can trust your defense and your goalkeeper, the confidence spreads through the team. It spreads through the team just in time for Man City.
If we win at the weekend and Harry Maguire scores the winner, you're going to apologise to Harry Maguire then?
I am never going to apologise to Maguire for the things he's done. He just needs to get better, and I will say, well done for now. How about that? Yeah, keep it up, and I will say, well done for now. You proved all the haters wrong. Now you can cup your ears. Now you can act like that. Yeah? Wow. Because you proved us wrong.
Parenting settings by Joe Blackman there. Look at that. Well done for now. Could you imagine coming off the pitch? Well done, Harry. For now, yeah, for now. Oh, I love the UV community. Tremendous stuff. Tremendous. Where are we going to go to next? Let's go to Fabs. Fab's been waiting a while. Fabs, what are your thoughts on the game?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
We got a lot of work to do, man. Got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Are you worried about the first half performance in particular?
Yeah, it was a bit sloppy, and it's a drop off from last year. Last year I was confident going into games, but this year I'm not really feeling it. Not really feeling it.
Are you though, given the ending in particular, the ending, obviously the late Onana penalty save, is that maybe the spark that United and maybe some of the players like an Onana need to really, move on this season, really kick on?
Crazy thing is, I actually thought he was going to save the penalty. I actually had confidence that he was going to save the penalty. So, yeah, okay, he hasn't saved one in 4 years, but I was actually confident that he was going to save that one.
I was going to say, there's no logic then behind that if he hasn't saved one in like 4 years or whatever. But still, that's a positive. What about Harry Maguire? Obviously, Maguire gets the winner. Is he our most informed defender at the moment?
At the minute, yeah, I would say so. I mean, I've been Maguire out early, so for him to come back in and put in the performances that he's putting in, fairly happy. He's got to play. He's got to start in the Manchester derby, and I think yeah, he'll start. I think he can actually do a number on Haaland.
Really? Do you think so?
I think he can just rough him up, get in his face, just bully him.
That's interesting because
you got to live in hope. You got to live in hope.
But also, he didn't play in the game at Old Trafford last year, did he? It was Varane and Shaw, I think, at the time. I'm not sure if Maguire might have come on like really late on in the game. I think we might have been worried that he came on.
We was moving a bit shaky when he come on.
Exactly. But because he's in form, then do we think then he's got that possibility to mark Haaland out the game? Is that a possibility, Harry Maguire?
With help.
From who? From who?
Well, it's going to be a crazy one, but I would probably start in midfield Amrabat and Casemiro if fit, just to help out. Obviously with Delo on one side and if Reguilon starts on the other side, they can split. And they obviously have Bruno floating in the middle, then supporting the attackers. Yeah. I reckon that might be the best way because I think we're way too open. I think if Casemiro's sitting, Amrabat just in front, but obviously splitting. Obviously, if the ball's left, go left. If the ball goes right, then obviously Casemiro can shift across, and then that way we've got that defensive capability. And obviously, then we've got Rashford, Højlund. I'm not really sure about Anthony. I just think he's not in the game.
No, but I mean, let's face it, he's gonna start. I mean, I like I mentioned earlier on, I'd be more surprised if he didn't start, considering that in a game that important, Ten Hag trusts him. I agree with you. You still look at him through the game and go, you want to see more. But is there any chance he doesn't start, or is Ten Hag always going to pick Anthony when it comes to these kind of games?
It's a crazy one, but I think he might start in the midfield. I think he's going to start Casemiro, Amrabat, Mount, and maybe put Bruno out to the right.
Oh, not again. Although I think didn't he do that
I would probably put Mount on the right because obviously Mount's done that job for Chelsea.
Yeah, that's true.
Under Tuchel, he was quite good. So I would rather put Mount out there rather than Bruno. Keep Bruno central.
Yeah. It's possible. Maybe Ten Hag will spring that surprise. What's your prediction then going into the game? Scoreline?
I would say United win. Either 1-0 or 2-1 seems to be the go-to scoreline at the minute.
It does. Everyone's going with 2-1, so I think that's probably the one to go with. I agree. Big up Fabs for calling in there. 2-1. He's going with a lot of people going with 2-1. I tell you what, as well. Even though it wasn't a good performance tonight, the UV community going with the 2-1s and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to believe a little bit. Maybe it's a possibility. I mean, I still say you can't overlook, in particular, that first half, just how bad that first half was. Because make no mistake, it was bad. And even in the second half, it's not as if we didn't concede chances. We'll concede chances against City. There's no doubt about that. One of the actual interesting things last year when we played City at Old Trafford was actually, I mean, I know City scored, but we didn't concede a massive amount of chances. We kept them pretty much at bay. It was actually a really good defensive performance. I don't see that being the case on Sunday. I do think we'll concede chances. And it's just a case of the likes of Andre Onana and others, Harry Maguire being maybe part of that, are they going to have the ability to bail us out? Maybe. I don't know. Let's go to our final call. Let's go to Sean. Sean, what were your thoughts on the late drama at Old Trafford this evening?
Do you know what, Owen? I was very worried about what was going to happen today. But at the end of the day, based on the performance, I think we had a decent result. Yes, we got bailed out, but at the end of the day, it's the 3 points that all that counts.
Yeah, 3 points, all that counts, certainly. It was must win. I mean, we've said that pretty much going into all of the last few games, certainly, but ultimately need the win, stay in the competition. I think the ironic thing is that actually, you know, all of that drama to get this win, if we don't win our next game, we're still screwed. So we still have to be perfect. What do you make of Harry Maguire this evening? Gets the winning goal. I've asked a few people, I'll ask it to you. Is he our most informed defender at the moment, do you think?
I think at this moment in time, he's not our most influential defender, but he's our most effective. At the end of the day, we have to understand that Harry Maguire gets us the contributions, especially when we don't want them. And since the time he's joined, we've had a lot of things to say about him, but he comes up clutch, especially when we need him to. And if we are going to say a lot of bad words on him for having done his job, I just don't think we should. I think we need to understand that at the end of the day, he's a lad who gives his 100% for the team, even when he gets a lot of stick. Well, sometimes merited, but at the same time, when he performs the way he does, especially today, because he was bullying, absolutely bullying the Copenhagen centre forwards and the wingers. And I think that credit needs to be given when it's due.
Yeah, certainly credit to him. And also, look, credit to Andre Onana. Late penalty save. Obviously, there's been a lot of criticism of him thus far at the beginning of his United career, particularly for the more fundamental aspects of his goalkeeping abilities. Is tonight the turning point? Is tonight the moment that we're going to look back on, maybe come the end of the season, or maybe, you know, in a year's time, 2 years' time, and say, oh, that was the moment that he really started to settle into that position?
Not. I'm going to say not really, because as a lifelong fan of David De Gea, I still have to say that I think Andre Onana was still someone that we shouldn't have bought in on a whim. Even now, I'm going to say that we should have bought in Diego Costa as the super keeper. You know, someone who would have command over his box and at the same time have the passing range capable of making a difference against the top teams. Having said that, I think Onana, yes, he's had a difficult start to the season, but I think he was very good today. And I think if we can't agree about his good performances at certain situations, then it's a problem on us, not him. We have to back every player who plays for us, and that includes Andre Onana. Whatever his performances are, I think we have to back him. And I think he did much better today. I think he was very good against Sheffield, even though he had some errors, but at the same time, he made some saves. So we have to understand that it's going to take a long time for any sweeper keeper to be adjusted to the Premier League, especially at this rate. And we have to stand by him.
Yes, certainly. Then finally, we move into the game on Sunday. How were you feeling about that? Do you have any predictions on how Man United are going to fare in the Manchester derby? Can we win?
We have to believe, Owen, at the end of the day. Exactly, mate. We have to believe. At the end of the day, it is a Manchester derby. It is at Old Trafford. It's in front of our fans. I think we might be able to get a result. And the reason I say it is not because of delusion or anything else, but I've looked at what Man City have been performing for the last 2 or 3 games. And I think that there are weaknesses that they have that we can exploit. But having said that, if Rodri is back, and I'm assuming he is, we are going to have a really tough day. Because I look at it in a very tactical way, Owen, as you know, because I look at it looking at the fact that if we don't have Casemiro playing for us and they have Rodri playing for us, playing for them, absolutely playing for them, our midfield is going to be bypassed very easily. Now, if we can have the defensive depth to be able to handle that, we'll be okay. I think Sergio Reguilon's performance today was kind of okay, but at the same time, if we have Dalot, Varane, Maguire, and Reguilon playing against City, I'd be very, 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 very worried. But it is a derby, and at the same time, we have to believe, mate.
I'll cut him off. Shit. Good again, Sean. I thought that was the end. Finish.
Yeah,
I stepped all over your ending. Oh, do again.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, from Arabia to Central Asia to Antarctica to North America to Greenland, we have to believe. And if we can believe, and we're Manchester United, we will get a result out of them noisy neighbours. But looking at the statistics, it seems very, very, very difficult. But we're Manchester United, and we have to believe.
Yes. So end on the positive, Sean. Well done. I thought I was going to go through all of that and end on the negative. Ended on the positive. Yeah, we have to believe. Double belief. There you go. There you go. What a show, guys. This hour absolutely flies by, doesn't it? There you go. Another full-time view in I did ruin it. Sorry. This hour flies by. Appreciate everyone that's tuned in for the full-time view, as always. A reminder, there's plenty of match day content out there. Check out all the fan views from inside UVHQ, as well as outside Old Trafford. Check out the player ratings too. What's on tap for tomorrow? Match day reloaded. I'll be live 9 a.m. to reflect on the game that we have just seen this evening. Manchester United 1, FC Copenhagen 0. What's on tap also tomorrow? Also, Trafford Talk episode 2 is coming at 6 p.m. UK time, so be sure to join the panel there live. That was a really fun show last week, so plenty to get into. And then we start the build. We start turning our attention to the Manchester derby at the weekend. It's going to be a big week. Have a great evening. I'm out of here. Peace. I don't know why I whispered.